Welcome, everyone, to our March Shotsuki Hoyo monthly memorial and adult Dharma service. I would like to begin by reading the names of those who've passed away in the month of March. Genmatsu Aikawa, Shizuko Aikawa, Larry Choi, Sarajiro Fuji, Motojiro Fukuda, Garrett Gluck, Kiichi Richard Goto, Masato Hashimoto, Reverend Akira Hata, Catherine Fumiko Hata, Ryokichi Hayashida, Shizue Hirabayashi, Ayako Hirai, Asano Hirota, Tom Honda, Edward Tatsuo Hori, Jitsuo Horimoto, David Hoshide, Juntaro Ichikawa, Agnes Ide, Shigeko Ide, Unoe Inouchi, Kotoku Inoue, Ryohei Inoue, Deborah Ishida, Beverly Ishizu, Yoshio Isono, Sukejiro Kamano, Masame Kanagaki, Heiji Kano, Tsutomu Kasai, Umeo Kasai, Fujio Kataoka, Yohei Kataoka, Sue Kawabata, Tsuru Kawabata, Hideko Kida, Martha Kido, Jutaro Kubota, James Kurata, Umejiro Kuritsubo, Kyoko Kuwahara, Nancy Kuwahara, Shigeki Kuwahara, Osami Sam Maruyama, Reverend Kenyu Masuyama, Kojiro Matsui, Tayo Matsui, Henry Matsutani Jr., Hagino Matsuoka, Minoru Matsumoto, Tarobe Minamidani, Kame Mitsuda, Kohei Miyamoto, Masato Miyamura, Kyoko Mizuki, Masao Mori, Yoshimatsu Mori, Zeiichiro Morimoto, Matsue Morishita, Tayo Morishita, Misao Murakawa, Toshio Murakawa, Zenkichi Murakawa, Reverend Gyosei Nagafuji, Yoko Nagafuji, Hatsu Nakai, Junji Nakashima, George Nakatani, Tsuneko Nakatani, Yasutaro Nakatani, Henry Natsuhara, Alexander Negoro, Michiko Nehira, Hiroshi Neishi, Mitsugi Neishi, Kyoichi Nobori, Masami Nobori, Joan Nomura, Terashi Nomura, Sueko Norimoto, Ohata Family, Sadao Okai, Misao Okano, Fujio Okawa, Shigenobu Okawachi, Joe Okumura, Masai Onizuka, Kei Ota, Ryuichi Otaguro, Baiseki Otsuka, Asataro Otsuka, Shigeru Sakaki, Kichimatsu Satake, Minoru Satake, Misao Satake, Shokichi Satake, Tetsuo Shigaya, Frank Shimamoto, Zenichi Shimamoto, Shizuko Shiroyama, Bennosuke Sugiyama, Shin Takahashi, Jeffrey Takagaki, Ishi Takata, Masue Tanaka, Suekiyo Tanisawa, Matsuyo Toji, Unkichi Toyofuku, Isoko Umeki, Sadato Ushijima, Jintaro Yamamoto, Saikichi Yamamoto, Shigeru Yamamoto, Yoshizo Yamamoto, Yukie Yamamoto, Sono Yamashita, William Yamazaki LaRue, Motoichi Yanagi, Totaro Yokoi, Tane Yokoi, Eisaku Yoshida, Haruno Yoshioka, Tsurue Yoshisato, Fusako Yuto, Jitsuyo Yuto, Kayoko Yuto. Next we will have Sutra chanting, and today we will chant Shoshinge. You can find it on page 79 in the BCA service book. You can also find it on our BCO webpage, and you can chant along, or you can think about your loved ones that are being honored during the chanting. Namanda, namanda, namanda. Shigiko Ozobo Satsuiniji Zai Seiji Zai Obusho Token Shobutsu Jodoin 国土人伝自然膜混入無常主将願情発けう大偶勢五行死有死小樹十世名所文実法不法無量無変更無下無体公園の少女歓喜知恵子不断難事無所故超日学校精進説一切群上無故障本願名号少女語死心信行願人上等学初大涅槃必死滅度願成就如来所以公主世唯説弥陀本願会五辱悪事群上会お信如来如実言の発一年気愛心不断本の特涅槃本上逆法再演入如主心入海一味摂取信仰上昇後意の水波無明暗頓内心臓死運無上不真実心人天非如日光不運無運無資源妙無暗逆心謙虚大狂気即応超絶語悪種一切善悪本部人本心如来偶勢願仏言古代小下者善人名分だりけみだ仏本願念仏邪見教魔なく主情信行十字人に難中死難昔インド祭天使論下中華自治域史こそ現代諸公世所意妙如来本勢よき釈迦如来如が千一種五妙難天竺龍樹大自主とせ質の財派有無権先絶大乗無情報召喚議事小安楽賢治南行六六信行異行指導楽億年弥陀仏本願次年即時入筆上唯の上昇如来語お法大悲偶勢四天神菩薩造論説奇妙無下公如来永主たら見真実古戦王朝大誓願こ有本願力へこ移動群上昇一心気入苦毒大崩壊筆逆入大へ収集特試練映像世界即小信用法精進有本の人間人図入所自音自用下 本師論難行天使上皇難消防殺来三蔵主十状況凡上専用気楽法天神菩薩論中下報道因果見性願応言猫ゆたり症状死因有信心惑前本部信心没承知承知即涅槃必死無量光明道小主上回復家道者結晶道難所唯名浄土活入万全寺力変言宗円満特語感染症三不三神経音言増末放滅道品一生増悪地偶税死安如害称名化全道独名武将医公愛上三女逆悪公明明語見人年海入本願大智慧行者小樹今後心狂気一年総合用意大と逆三人即小法小死上楽原神公開一大教変気安女間一切先祖出身反先人法華二度小弁入極重悪人入小物我薬剤非摂取中煩悩証言水不見大無見上昇が本資源空明仏教連民全幕本無人新宗教諸公編集戦弱本願無悪性現内生自人伝下決知義上一生死即入弱上無意楽一致信心意の入愚教大自主死と上際無変極上悪同族自主愚道心有意過心死高僧説ナマ sai do hoten mo dai shin o jo an Namandam, 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 namandam. Okay, thank you very much. I'd like to now deliver the Dharma message. I'm not sure if you were able to watch, but this past Sunday, actually this whole past couple of weeks, we've been having the Buddhist Churches of America Ministers Association and National Council meetings. And Bay District, but the district that Oakland is a part of, was responsible for putting on the conference. And originally it was going to be in Foster City near San Mateo, until at the end of last summer, we finally had to make the decision we're going 100% virtual. And so, you know, it's good and bad. It was a lot of work. We had to do, for the first time, an entirely virtual National Council meeting. And so that was a lot of work. But it turned out pretty well, if not great. The best part, you know, being able to meet from home rather than having to drive early in the morning to get to the hotel in time to help set up and all that kind of stuff, or fly or drive, you know, hundreds of miles away to be gone from home for almost a week. So that was good. Neat part of it was we had workshops, we had a town hall, and there was a Dharmathon with some of the recently retired ministers doing Dharma talks. And then we had the BCA Eitai Kyo service. So, you know, all BCA service. So instead of having service here at Oakland, we asked everyone to tune in to the BCA service. And the guest speaker was Reverend Kodo Umezu, who many of you know was previously resident minister here at the Buddhist Church of Oakland, I think late 80s and into the 90s, before he became executive assistant to Bishop Watanabe in 96, I think. And then we had a program in the afternoon, kind of the closing program, talking to Reverend Umezu, kind of, you know, honoring him for his retirement since we weren't able to last year due to the pandemic. And then also Regina Boone, really interesting story. All this stuff is on our website, BuddhistChurchofOakland.org. So I recommend to you to go and check it out. Maybe especially the Eitai Kyo service. I'm going to steal something from it. When we chant Gagon Cho Se Gan, or actually I chant that, the leader chants it, and then everyone else, this is Ju Se Ge. We didn't chant it today for this service, but if you attend a kind of regular service, usually it's Ju Se Ge that we chant. Gagon Cho Se Gan. Cho Se means to transcend the world, right? That Buddha's awakening transcends this world. And actually, Buddha's awakening comes from beyond this world into this world. Samsara, this world. Nirvana, Buddha's awakening world. Or the Pure Land, right, of Amida Buddha is another way to think of it. So, recognizing that there's something bigger than us. There's something bigger than just this world. There's something bigger than money. There's something bigger than the material world. Right? I think that's a belief that I hold, and I think I've partly learned it from teachers like Reverend Umezu. Right? And so realizing this, right, I think in one way it can be comforting. In another way, it can point us towards something bigger, something more compassionate, something more true. Right? It can in other words, it can give us something to aim for. That's partly what the Naijin is, right? This area here is Buddha's world, right? This world of wisdom and compassion. And Buddhism gives us a path to go to that world and also to encounter that world before we go. Right? We actually can meet this world in our everyday life. Right? And so that's what I was kind of thinking about, is there's this something bigger than us, something bigger than just this material world. Right? And that something, we can call it Buddha, we can call it Nirvana, right? It wants us to be part of it. It actually knows we are part of it. This other world actually isn't, from Buddha's point of view, it's not other. It's all awakening. But from an unenlightened being such as myself, it doesn't look like Buddha's world. It looks like this and that, good and bad, hot and cold, up and down, me, you, right? Us, them. We divide it up into, bits and chunks that we think we understand. Right? And yet, it's actually all enlightenment. And so some kinds of Buddhism, we try to awaken to that. We sit in meditation or we do practices to try and have this awakening experience. And then boom, okay, I get it. I've seen it. Wow. These practices have allowed me to become enlightened. I grabbed it. Jodo Shinshu is different. Jodo Shinshu, it comes to us. We just live our everyday lives. One of the differences, rather than just wandering around aimlessly and mindlessly, we listen to the Dharma. Right? We try and learn about this bigger reality. We try and find that in our everyday life. And maybe we start to discover that this Chose, this bigger reality, is actually here all the time, calling out to me. And I'm pointing back here from Buddha, right? Because Buddha's over here from where I'm standing. But it could be, right? It's from everywhere. I could be gesturing to the book too, right? The book with all those names. Because in my understanding of Jodo Shinshu, the names that I read, the people that we're honoring today, your loved ones, maybe people you don't know too, right? You don't know everyone on the list. They're part of that bigger world too. Right? That they're part of that call. And so what we do as Jodo Shinshu Buddhists is we say Namo Amida Butsu. Right? We recite the name of the Buddha. I take refuge in Amida Buddha. Right? That we've realized, oh, I'm not just lost wandering around. There's a way. There's something to aspire for. The Pure Land, Amida Buddha, awakening. Namo Amida Butsu. Rather than, oh, I want money. Oh, look, people like me. Oh, I've got 50 likes on my Instagram. Right? Instead of that, it's no, Buddha. Buddha's here all the time embracing me. And so when I don't get 50 likes, I posted something today on Facebook, some of my music, and I'll admit it. Throughout the day, I'm checking, did anybody like it? Did anybody like it? No likes. Nobody liked it. I kind of couldn't believe it. It's ridiculous, right? But this is our reality. You post something and you sit around waiting for people to like it. We get this, I don't know if it's a dopamine rush when we see the like, or this validation. Oh, yes, people liked my picture, or they liked my music, or whatever, right? And so when you don't get any likes, it kind of hurts. Right? What's wrong with you people? Why don't you like it? I finally reposted it, and I think it was the way I posted it that people weren't seeing it, I hope. After I posted it again, I got 1 like. Yes, vindicated, right? Is that what's important? Is that what life's about? No. Namo Amida Butsu. And yet, that's me. I'm 50, going on 15. Still wanting validation from other people, still wanting to be liked, right? Whether by a like button or just by a person, right? Wanting people to like my music, right? Wanting the people to respect me, and Namo Amida Butsu, right? Because even being an immature teenager at heart, Amida Buddha accepts me as I am, right? Amida Buddha allows me to be myself. And yet, when I realized that, I think something changes, right? And what even more so, Namo Amida Butsu, even more so wanting to turn to the Buddha, hands together, bow, say the name, praise Amida Buddha. Maybe that's a way to think about Namo Amida Butsu. When we say Namo Amida Butsu, it's like we're pushing the like button for Amida Buddha. It's one way to think about it. I hope it's not that shallow. So anyway, Reverend Umezu just gives this really kind of nice talk about Jodo Shinshu, and so I encourage you to look at it on YouTube, and go to our BuddhistChurchOfOakland.org, our website, and we have links to it. Buddha's thinking about us, our loved ones that we've lost. Right? They're not here in the world the way we knew them before, and that may still bring us pain. Even, there's probably some people on the list that it's beyond 50 years. And yet, they're thinking about us. Right? They're part of us. And so this Shotsuki Hoyo, this monthly memorial service, allows us the opportunity to reflect on this, allows us the opportunity to remember this in our daily life, and once again, even more so, take refuge in Amida Buddha, aspire to live our true life, right? Which isn't a perfect life, right? It might be a foolish life, and yet, not just me with everyone else, me embraced in the wisdom and compassion light of Amida Buddha. So thank you very much for joining us. Why don't we conclude the Dharma talk with Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda. Okay, thank you very much. No special announcements today other than please check the website, and that we'll have stuff coming up, I think, either this month or Hanamatsuri. Actually, we're going to have something special for Hanamatsuri in April, and then we have a special event coming up in May. So keep checking the website, keep looking for those likes. No, just kidding. Keep living life as best we can, embraced in Amida Buddha's wisdom and compassion. So why don't we conclude the service once again with Gassho. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda.